Are you dating like a beggar or the one who sets the rules? Here's a truth most men learn the hard way. You're not asking for a spot. You set the standard. When men forget that, the power balance flips and the relationship slides. Ask yourself, when you're calm, focused, building your money, health, and goals, who is rarer on the market? A disciplined, emotionally controlled man is scarce. Scarcity creates value. The problem is many have been trained to chase validation. They enter relationships hoping to be chosen instead of choosing wisely. That's how they surrender leadership. Chasing signals a status gap you created yourself. The message is simple. You are above me. I need you to approve me. That frame kills attraction because it removes choice and introduces neediness. Choosing does the opposite. It keeps evaluation on your side. You can admire beauty without ceding control. You ask whether this person aligns with your values, your rhythm, your mission. That posture is quiet power. It is not performance. It is selection. The party example illustrates the mechanics. The first man floods the room with attempts. He buys, flatters, laughs too quickly, and pushes attention before trust exists. He front-loads investment and creates no tension or curiosity. The second man moves through the room on his own terms. He is social and present. He engages when it makes sense. He asks direct questions and listens. He treats her as a potential fit for a life already moving. He does not install her as the destination. The pull appears because he holds his frame while remaining open. The psychology under the surface is about scarcity, effort, and signaling. Chasing advertises internal scarcity. You imply your options are few, your time has low opportunity cost, and your standards are flexible. People respond to signals, not claims. When your calendar is easy to move and your phone is always available, others infer low demand. Choosing broadcasts abundance. You move on a schedule you respect. You evaluate fit before escalating effort. You invest after you see reciprocity. That sequence communicates value without saying a word. Attraction grows in the space between interest and uncertainty. Chasing collapses that space. You remove the unknown before any bond forms. You eliminate discovery and replace it with certainty you have not earned. Choosing preserves spacing. You reveal slowly, you watch consistency, you let time filter. The result feels calm and compelling because it is not fueled by fear. There is also a power dynamic at play. The person who defines the criteria controls the interaction, chasing hands over the criteria to the other side. You ask to be picked. You accept their timeline, their terms, their tests. Choosing sets criteria first. You know your non-negotiables. You state availability and boundaries without drama. You are willing to disengage if alignment is missing. That willingness is the core of leverage. Detachment is not coldness. It is clarity about costs and alternatives. Behavioral guardrails keep you in the choosing lane. Do not overcommunicate early. Match pace, not fantasy. Keep prior commitments. If you cancel workouts, work blocks, or family plans to accommodate someone you barely know, you teach yourself to trade self-respect for proximity. Keep gifts and favors proportional to mutual investment. Earn intimacy with time, not with intensity. When in doubt, slow down and observe. Consistency over a month says more than chemistry in a weekend. Language matters. Avoid self-deprecating lines that spike imbalance. You are out of my league. I cannot believe you are talking to me. I will do anything to see you. These lines place you below the other person and invite minimization. Replace them with simple, grounded statements. I had a good time. I want to see you again. I am free Thursday, 7 p.m. Take it or leave it, energy is not required. Decisiveness is emotional regulation is the engine. Chasing is often an anxiety response to uncertainty. You text again to soothe yourself. You over-explain to remove risk. You escalate to avoid silence. Train a different loop. Notice the urge. Do not act on it for 24 hours when stakes are low. Fill that space with your routine. Lifting, deep work, reading, sleep. Purpose crowds out compulsion. When your life is full, you do not need anyone to fix your mood. Run periodic audits. After each interaction, ask 3 questions. Did I keep my schedule? Did I ask myself about alignment? Did I match effort rather than lead with gifts and words? If the answer is no, correct on the next rep, not with apology tours. Standards recover through action, not speeches. The shift is simple to state and hard to practice. Stop proving. Start evaluating. Hold your frame. Keep your mission central. Invite the right person to join you. Walk away when fit is absent. Choosing is not a trick. It is a lifestyle that protects your time, your peace, and your attractiveness. Do not let heart rate outrun facts. Early attention is like sugar, sweet, fast, addictive, but it cannot nourish a relationship. Love needs protein. Discipline, responsibility, steady presence when there are no fireworks. Judge by repeated behavior over time, not by short spikes of intensity. If week 1 is full of compliments, week 2 is silence, and interest returns only when you chase, you are in a pull-push loop that feeds ego, not commitment. Attention is cheap because it costs little to send. A text, an emoji, a like, a late-night call when boredom hits. Commitment is expensive because it demands consistency when novelty fades. Attention tries to keep you orbiting. Commitment moves toward clarity. Attention enjoys your presence. Commitment plans around it. Attention spikes when you pursue. Commitment remains when you focus on your life. Check the pattern, not the moment. Does she initiate without prompting or only reply? Does she make time on the calendar or keep you in the maybe zone? Does she follow through after saying yes or reschedule until you push again? These questions expose investment. You are not measuring romance. You are measuring reliability. Use 3 filters. First, stability versus convenience. A stable person shows up when it is raining, when work is heavy, when life is ordinary. Convenient person appears when it suits them, vanishes when effort is required, and returns when you are shining again. Stability composes a track record. Convenience composes highlights. Second, respect versus validation seeking. Respect values who you are and how you move. It engages with your standards. It accepts your boundaries without negotiation every week. Validation seeking wants the feeling you provide. Praise, attention, availability on demand. When your praise slows, their interest drops. That is not about you. That is about their supply. Third, building together versus keeping you outside the gates. Building looks like shared plans, shared problem solving, small sacrifices in both directions, and a visible ramp toward deeper commitment. Keeping you outside looks like endless conversation with no progression, private time that never becomes shared space, and emotional intimacy without relational definition. You feel close but you own nothing together. That is emotional tenancy at will. You can be evicted at any time. Do not confuse access with intimacy. She can text you all day and still keep you at arm's length. She can vent to you about work and still choose someone else for a real Saturday. She can say you get her and still avoid any structure that would hold both of you accountable. Words are an opening bid. Watch the settlement. Calibrate your responses. Match effort, do not subsidize it. If communication is sporadic, you mirror a measured pace. If plans break twice, you stop offering third chances. If interest rises only when you withdraw, hold steady and let the graph speak. Your goal is not to punish. Your goal is to reveal reality without distortion from your own appetite. Guard against self-created illusions. Projection is common when attraction is high and data is low. You fill gaps with hope. Solve this by lengthening the observation window. 30 to 60 days of normal life beats 5 perfect dates and a weekend trip. Pressure test in ordinary settings. Groceries, scheduling, small annoyances. See how both of you operate when no one is performing. Set minimums. Clear confirmations for plans. Reasonable response windows. Mutual initiation. Emotional honesty without games. If these minimums are not met, do not negotiate for crumbs. Close the tab. Scarcity of self is not strategy. It is clarity. Remember the order. Your mission first. Your standards next. The relationship grows inside that frame or it does not. When attention tries to pull you off mission, you say no. When commitment aligns with mission, you say yes and invest. This is how you protect your peace while keeping space for real love. Attention feels good now. Commitment feels safe later. Choose the one that builds a life. Begging creates 3 predictable downgrades. First, you lose your frame. Second, you lower your standards. Third, you train the other person to give less and still keep access to you. These shifts do not happen loudly. They accumulate through small concessions. You ask for more time, more clarity, more affection. You move from choosing to pleading. The other person reads the signal. Your mood depends on their response. Your calendar bends around their inconsistency. Your words try to correct what your actions just taught them, that you will stay no matter what. Frame loss shows up as reactivity. You reply faster when they delay. You write paragraphs to fix a tone in one sentence. You explain your intentions again and again to soothe your own anxiety. You mirror their swings instead of holding steady. When you chase regulation from them, you hand them your emotional thermostat. They can now raise or lower your state with attention or silence. Attraction drops because leadership disappears. Respect fades because your boundaries float with their moods. Lowering standards looks reasonable in the moment. You apologize to keep the peace even when no clear fault exists. You accept vague plans and moving targets. You tolerate last-minute cancellations without consequence. You teach yourself that harmony is worth more than self-respect. Over time, the standard you once stated becomes a story you used to believe. You are not being compassionate. You are eroding the floor you stand on. Training low effort is the final blow. Humans optimize. If you keep showing up at full volume while the other side invests at half, the system will stabilize at half. They learn you do the initiation, the rescheduling, the emotional repair. They learn you will explain away their gaps and reward their returns. Why would anyone change a setup that gives them maximum benefit at minimal cost? They will not. You must. Correction starts with one clean message. State what you want in plain language. No essays, no edge. Example, I enjoy this. I want consistency and clear plans. If that does not fit, no problem, I will step back. Then stop selling. Silence is part of the boundary. Give the other person room to choose. If they meet the standard, proceed. If they do not, you exit without drama. You are not punishing them. You are removing yourself from a market that does not price you correctly. Set structural guardrails so you do not slide back. Keep your non-negotiables written and visible. Response within a reasonable window. Mutual initiation each week. Plans confirmed 24 hours in advance. Respectful disagreement without threats or silent treatment. Break any one of these once and you address it. Break twice and you pause contact. Break 3 times and you close the tab. Do not deliver speeches. Deliver consequences. Consequences teach faster than appeals. Control your input channels. Turn off typing indicators and read receipts if they trigger you. Batch messages. Reply twice a day, not in microbursts. Use your calendar as a shield. Work blocks, training, sleep, and family time stay locked. If a plan competes with those, it does not go through unless it is reciprocal and planned ahead. Your life should not swing on a notification. Watch your language. Replace begging verbs with boundary verbs. Not please tell me what we are. Use I do relationships with clarity. If that is not where you are, I am out. Not I need more from you. Use I require reciprocity. If it is not here, I will redirect my time. Short sentences. Direct requests. Actionable outcomes. Rebuild self-respect through proof, not pep talks. Stack daily wins you control. Training completed. Work executed. Sleep hit, diet kept. Reading done. Social ties maintained. Purpose reduces the urge to negotiate for crumbs. A full life shrinks the perceived loss of walking away. Detachment is not a trick. It is the byproduct of options you built. Measure progress with 3 questions each week. Did I keep my frame under pressure? Did I enforce my standards when tested? Did I stop supplying effort when effort was not matched? If any answer is no, correct on the next interaction. You are training yourself as much as you are filtering others. Begging says you cannot afford the truth. Boundaries say you can. When you stop asking for what should be offered freely, you discover who is willing to meet you at level. The ones who will not fall away, the one who will remains. Your peace returns because your power returned first. Calm attracts because it signals competence under pressure. Emotional control is not suppression. It is perception, processing, and then a deliberate response. People trust the person who stays centered when latency, tone shifts, or small conflicts appear. Trust is attractive. If your state swings with every notification, others feel they must manage you. That is a burden, not a magnet. Build a simple loop. Notice, name, normalize, choose. Notice the spike in your body. Name the emotion in a short label. Irritation, jealousy, fear. Normalize it. Anyone would feel this after a delayed reply or a sharp comment. Choose a response that serves your standards, not your impulse. This 4-step loop creates a gap between trigger and action. The gap is where leadership lives. Install time buffers. For charged topics, hold a 10-30-minute pause before you reply. Use that window for a reset. A short walk, 5 deep breaths, water, a page of notes. Write the raw reaction in a private note, never in the chat box. When the surge passes, distill to 1 or 2 clear sentences. Clarity beats volume. Make your life heavier than your moods. Anchor your days with non-negotiables. Training, deep work, sleep, nutrition, and 1 act of service. These are stabilizers. When the core is loaded, a single message cannot flip the whole system. Your schedule becomes a shield. If a conflict tries to pull you into a spiral, the next block pulls you back. Practice saying no without friction. No, that does not work for me. I am not available then. I do not do relationships without clarity. Short, calm refusals raise respect because they show self-governance. Do not justify beyond 1 sentence. Over-explaining smells like guilt. You owe honesty, not essays. Accept rejection without theatrics. A clean no is data. It frees your time. Do not negotiate for desire. Do not litigate the past. Close the tab, return to your path. The ability to let go on schedule is rare. Rarity drives value. Use response templates to avoid emotional typing. 3 examples. Boundary. I like this and I need consistency. If it is not available, I will step back. Mismatch. We want different things. I am redirecting my time. De-escalation. I am not discussing this while we are heated. Let's revisit tomorrow. Train physiological calm. Box breathing, 4-4-4-4 for 2 minutes lowers arousal. Cold water on the face triggers the dive reflex. A 10-minute zone 2 walk regulates nerves. These are switches you can flip before any high-stakes talk. Use them. Do not trust your mind to think clearly while your body is still spiking. Audit for reactivity triggers. Common ones: ambiguity, perceived disrespect, public disagreement, and schedule changes. For each, define a protocol in advance. Ambiguity. Wait 24 hours, then ask 1 clarifying question. Disrespect, 1 call out, then distance. Public disagreement. Acknowledge, table it, move private. Schedule change. Accept once with reschedule, decline the second. Replace arguments with offers. Here is what I can do. Here is what I cannot. Offers end loops because they shift from debate to decision. If the other person cannot accept, you both have clarity. Calm grows where choices are clean. Track your rep count. Each time you stay composed under a small trigger, mark a win. Stack 100 reps. Confidence is evidence-based. You do not become stoic by slogans. You become stoic by surviving urges without breaking your standards. The wins compound into identity. I am the person who does not chase, does not plead, does not explode. I decide when I speak and when I move. Guard your inputs. Too much scrolling spikes comparison and agitation. Tighten your feed. Mute noise. Choose long form over fragments. A calmer mind is easier to steer. Curate people too. Spend time with those who default to solutions, not drama. Use a weekly review. Ask 3 questions. Where did I hold frame? Where did I leak it? What system fix prevents the same leak? Adjust tools, not just intentions. Stronger calendar, stricter phone rules, clearer scripts. Systems beat willpower. The paradox is simple. The more you regulate yourself, the less others try to regulate you. Calm telegraphs safety. Safety invites respect and desire. You do not create that by clamping feelings. You create it by mastering timing, language, and structure. Make your life a steady container. Let people meet you there. If they cannot, wish them well and continue forward. Your peace is the product. Your presence is the proof. Many challenges are not attacks. They are filters. The question behind them is simple. Are you stable? Are you trustworthy? Can you keep direction under friction? When doubt, distance, or mood swings appear, avoid 2 reflexes. Do not appease without standards. Do not argue from hurt. Hold steady. Be polite and firm. Keep your criteria visible. When your steadiness is felt, tests fade and trust rises. Understand what is being measured. She is not only checking whether you like her, she is checking whether your word means something when it is inconvenient. Whether your tone stays clean when you feel slighted. Whether your plans still run when emotions try to hijack them. Leadership is logistics under pressure. If your calendar collapses at the first sign of tension, your claim to lead is theater. Classify tests so you can respond with structure, not emotion. Ambiguity tests, delayed replies, vague plans, mixed signals. Respect tests, Teasing that crosses lines, small public callouts, last-minute changes. Commitment tests, pushing for clarity, watching how you handle competing priorities, introducing mild disagreement to see if you punish or problem solve. For each class, keep a pre-written response path. For ambiguity, use clarity requests with a cap. One clean question after a delay. Are we still on for Thursday at 7? If no clear answer, you withdraw the offer and continue your life. No chasing, no sulking. The signal is calm scarcity. You do not penalize. You reallocate for respect, call the foul once and set the boundary. That tone does not work for me. Public jabs are not my game. Say it soft and short. Then watch behavior, not apologies. If the pattern repeats, you reduce access. You do not escalate. You exit the dynamic that rewards disrespect. For commitment, welcome transparent conversation. Lay out your model. I date with clarity. Weekly cadence. Mutual initiation. Plans set 24 hours ahead. If that fits, great. If not, no hard feelings. This frames the relationship as a system with rules, not a tug-of-war of feelings. Systems are easier to trust than moods. Never try to pass a test with over-delivery. Extra gifts, extra messages, extra availability rarely move the needle in the direction you want. They read as compensation. You do not win trust by piling intensity onto instability. You win it by being the same person on Monday that you were on Friday. Use the triad. Consistency, containment, consequence. Consistency means your values and pace do not bend for approval. Containment means you keep conflict inside clear lanes and time boxes. You do not let a 20-minute disagreement consume a weekend. Consequence means stated boundaries produce action if breached. Without consequence, tests multiply. With consequence, tests become rare because the rules are obvious. Know the difference between a growth test and a game. Growth tests aim at a stronger bond. They sound like, I need to understand how we handle plans, or I felt dismissed there. Games aim at control. They sound like baiting, opaque sarcasm, or endless uncertainty. Engage the first, opt out of the second. Walking away from games is not failure. It is quality control. Keep your language low drama. That does not work for me. Here is what I can do. I am stepping back. Avoid diagnosis and labels. You are not the therapist. You are the operator of your own standards. Short sentences are stronger than perfect speeches. Lead the repair when worthy. If tension rises with a good faith partner, propose a simple process. Let's reset. What happened? What do we each need? What will we do next time? Create one rule you both can measure. Then return to normal life. Do not sit in analysis. Momentum rebuilds trust faster than postmortems. Protect signal integrity. If you threaten to leave and stay anyway, you train the other person to ignore future lines. Never issue a boundary you will not enforce. Better to under-signal and follow through than to over-signal and cave. Test yourself more than you test others. Can you receive feedback without defensiveness? Can you apologize once and change? Not apologize 5 times and repeat. Can you sit in uncertainty without grasping? Your self-tests determine how you show up under hers. The goal is not to beat her tests. The goal is to become the kind of person for whom most tests are unnecessary. The arc is simple. Calm under pressure builds safety. Safety enables respect. Respect unlocks desire. Desire sustains when clarity and consistency hold. If a dynamic requires you to prove yourself every week, you are in the wrong market. When you bring steady leadership, the right match will stop testing and start building. And if testing never ends, you end it. You do not audition forever. You offer a seat on a train that runs on time. Those who value that rhythm will board. Those who do not will wave from the platform while you continue forward. You are not asking for space in anyone's life. You are inviting the right person into a life that already has structure. That is the difference between scarcity and selection. When your body, mind, and principles are built, you are the prize because you are rare. Rare things do not beg. They choose. Rarity comes from foundations you can verify. Health you maintain, work you execute, boundaries you enforce, purpose you serve. When respect is missing, you leave. When alignment is present, you invest. This is not attitude. This is policy. Close the loop with action, not slogans. Write 5 non-negotiables for relationship fit. Keep them visible. These are standards, not preferences. Examples: mutual consistency, clear plans, clean conflict, shared effort, respect for time. If a dynamic breaks one, address it once. If it breaks twice, reduce access. If it breaks 3 times, exit. Do not threaten. Do not debate. Follow your policy. Run your week like an operator. Lock work blocks, training, sleep, and learning. Protect a minimum of 10 hours of deep work. This creates gravity. People adjust to gravity or drift away. Both outcomes help you. A structured life is magnetic to the right partner and inconvenient to the wrong one. Adopt slow responses on high-heat topics. No major emotional decisions inside 24 hours. You are not avoiding truth. You are letting adrenaline drain so truth is not distorted. Draft privately. Send briefly. Short messages move relationships forward more than long explanations. Measure people by consistency across 30-60 days, not by 2 weeks of fireworks. Look for initiation from both sides. Follow through after yes, and honest repair after friction. Do they plan around you without prompting? Do they keep their word under stress? Do they protect your peace when they disagree? These are investment signals. If signals are weak, reduce exposure. The market is telling you the price. Leaving quietly is not cold. It is clean. You do not owe a tribunal. You owe clarity to yourself. When standards are not met, wish well and redirect your time. Peace rises when you stop paying attention to noise that does not compound. Keep your language operational. Here is what I do. Here is what I don't. Here is what happens next. Avoid diagnosis, blame, and theater. You are not trying to win a narrative. You are selecting for alignment. Calm sentences carry more power than dramatic ones. Build redundancy against loneliness so you never cling from emptiness. Redundancy means mission, friends, family, training, craft, and service. When one channel dips, others hold. You are harder to destabilize. You are easier to trust. Track proof, not hype. Each day, check 5 boxes. Trained, executed deep work, slept, learned, contributed. 5 checks beat any motivational speech. Proof creates identity. Identity drives behavior under pressure. When pressure comes, you act like the person you have proven yourself to be. Treat attraction as a byproduct. You do not perform to get it. You maintain your system and let attraction collect as interest. The right person will feel safe in your rhythm because it is predictable and fair. The wrong person will call it rigid because chaos served them better. Both reactions are data. Remember the frame. You are not auditioning. You are offering a seat on a train that runs on time. The route is purpose. The rules are respect and reciprocity. The destination is a life that works. Seats are limited. Prices are firm. If someone hesitates, the train keeps moving. If someone boards, you share the ride and share the load. Final commitments, 5 non-negotiables written and honored. Weekly plan locked with at least 10 hours of deep work. A 24-hour rule for charge decisions. 30-60-day window to judge consistency. Silent, respectful exits when standards fail. You do not chase recognition. You embody standards. When you live as your own foundation, you stop asking to be chosen. You choose. And because selection is rare, you attract what respects it. Your peace is not a gift from others. It is the yield on the structure you maintain. Keep the structure. Let everything else sort itself around you.